Hello again, and I'm back this time with date functions. What are date functions? There are several models used in Python for generating and formatting date and time. Some of the popular models are DateTime, we have time, we have the PYTZ, we have DateUtil models. These are all several models that are used in Python. There are other ones, but these are the popular ones. DateTime is one of the most popularly used date model for manipulating date and time. Commonly used classes in this DateTime model includes the date class. The date class prints date-specific data. We also have the time class. The time class prints time-specific data. And we have the DateTime class. The DateTime class, as the name implies, prints date and time-specific data. We also have the time delta class. The time delta class generates time difference. You can import date time model by using this syntax: import date time. This imports all the date time models and its classes. Of course, you can also say from date time import date. This will import only the date class model, and as well you can do the time model from date time import time. Will import the class model, and also from date time import date time will import the date time class. So let's take a look at the date class. The date class, of course, like we showed you, if you want to import the date class, you say from DateTime import date. This gives us the date class, and then we can work on the date class. For instance, if we want to get today's date, we can say date today. If you want to see the result, of course, we'll print it out to the standard output. It's going to print out today's date because this is the date functions and it returns date specific data. We can also print out, say, print the year. So that will be today.year. It provides a year method that will give us the year. It also provides a month method. So let me change this to months. It provides a month method. The 10th month, you see the date is 2021 on the 10th, and this is today's date right here. And again, it provides the day, the very day, the method for the day. So that is taking the day. Day now is speaking from the day, the variable date today. So I'll say day. So you see the day is 30, the month is 10, and the year is 2021. There are definitely some other functions that are provided for you. Of course, if you want to see that, you can put there are dates in the standard output for you to see all that is provided. You can see from ISO formats, mean, month, time tuple, string format, weekday, and all that. So you can look at that. You can do it right here and see what exactly it does. And of course, you can also print out help functions for specific dates. Functions you want to know what it does. For instance, the weekday function, I can say date.weekday. So date.weekday is going to print out that information for me on weekdays. So date.weekdays returns the number of the week represented by the date. So now let's take a look at the time function. Let me comment out all this. Comment this out also, and I'm gonna bring in the time function from DateTime import time. The time class in the date module gets a specific time. That's what it does. And then it prints the time out in the format hour, minute, and .ms microseconds. So it prints out 2 digits hour number, 2 digits minutes, 2 digits, all separated by column except the microseconds. The microseconds is the seconds dot microseconds. That's the printout format for date. So if I say time right now, it's going to print out the time. Let me do a print of that. So it's going to print out a time for me, and it's going to print out 000, which is basically printing out the time format. But if you want to print out a specific time, you're going to have to specify right here. I want to print out 23:13 23. That is going to be comma and comma. So to print out time is going to be the hour, comma, the minutes, the second. So right here you can see we're printing out 23 hours, 12 minutes, 23 seconds. And of course, if you want to add the microseconds, you can also do that with a comma. So it's going to add the microseconds. That's 23 hours, 12 minutes, 23 seconds, and this microseconds. Now let's look at the DateTime class. We've looked at the time class. We've looked at the date class. Now let's look at the DateTime class. So of course you can say from DateTime import DateTime. So this DateTime class is in the DateTime module. This put together date and time in one class. So DateTime class syntax is DateTime year, month, day, hour, minute, second, and then microseconds. So you're gonna this is the full way to define the DateTime function. You actually don't have to put all of this parameter in it, but this is a full definition. So let me comment this out right now. So let's generate a new date, a sample date, new date, using the format we just explained above. Of course, we've imported DateTime right here, and let's do 2021 10. That's the month. You can see right here, year, month, day, which is hour, minute, seconds, then microseconds. So it has it all written there. So I'm just gonna, you can see I have this value right here, year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds, and microseconds. Let me print that out here, new date. So new date is gonna print out a date. And let's print out the year for this. I can use print new date. The year parameter is going to print out the year. Let me write year here. It's going to print out the year. And also, if I want to do the months, this is also like what we did with dates. So it's just easy. The same way we declared all this, the same way we call that year 2020 months, the 10th month, day, hour, minutes, seconds. Note that it is in the singular. Second, not seconds, microseconds. So you see, it actually broke this down into the year, the month, the day, the hour, minutes, seconds, and microseconds, as is written here in the DateTime output. The DateTime class also have a method for retrieving only the date and the time. So in this example, I'm just going to print out using new date, and I'm going to print out only the date. So you see right here, it printed out only the date, and I can also print out only the time. New date, the time. So this print out only the time. So because DateTime is a combination of date and time, you can print just the date out and also the time. You can also declare a DateTime object without putting the time and parameters. So let me copy this and put that information here. I'm going to call it DT1, and I'm going to take out all the time information, the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. So if I print out DT1 now, okay, let me comment out all this so you can see. Printing out DT1 will print out the DateTime information, but it will default the hour, minute, and seconds to 0. You can subtract the value of two dates to get the number of days in between. So let's have another date. I'm going to store another date, DateTime, and this will be 2022 March 3 and 10. If I say difference equals DT2 minus DT1, and I print out the difference, what you see is 33 days with no time. Of course, I can add the time here just the same way I did this one. I can add the hour, minute, and seconds to any of the items here, and it's going to show that difference in this. But note that when you subtract to DateTime, it returns what is called a time delta. Let me print out the return type, the type of difference that is returned. It returns a time delta. Time delta is the class that is used for subtracting and adding dates in Python. And that is what we'll be doing next.